You know, I've seen the pictures, I've seen the videos, I remember it on the news, but being here, it's just surreal.
Should I do that then? So after you've got, and then I just,
Well, you're just sitting down. Even though your line's probably less.
I mean, you can pull me in actually. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pull me in and then
Still bring that.
So like when I'm like one on it, and then you can pull me in.
Information. Exactly.
Yeah, it's my first film. I'm really excited because a lot of things I did before was just like theatre work.
So tell me a bit more about your character. Who do you play?
So I play Hamna and I love playing her. She's very, very optimistic. You know, she sees what's going on, she knows it's unfair. It just wasn't a good place to live. And she would see that, but she wouldn't want anyone else to feel that. She's very intelligent and she brings a lot of joy.
Yes, of course. Of course, definitely. Easy peasy.
Mr. Islah, people know you as presenter, director, filmmaker, comedian. This is a really serious role.
I play a character called Hussein, who is the oldest son in the family. He's got aspirations to, you know, start a new job, save up a lot of money to buy a new house, take his family out of Grenfell. He cares a lot about his parents. When the character was getting explained to me, I resonated with that straight away. Mahfouz, the director, very, very talented director, got in touch with me, told me about the film and how we shared the passion about what happened at Grenfell. Sat down and he was like, look, I really want you to play this character. I really want you on board in the project. So I agreed to come on as a consultant and just get everything accurate in terms of like casting, making sure that we're making an effort to cast British-Bangladeshis.
Do you want to get it on? Do you want to look?
What's really lovely is this film is obviously taking a look at a family that would have been living in Grenfell and their experience, and at the centre of this, they're Bangladeshi. How does that feel to have that representation on screen?
Very important because I think right now there isn't a lot of Bangladeshi representation on screen. The actors that play mum and dad, they worked on their Sylheti and it's pretty good at a point where it's actually a bit better than mine.
Worked with people of Sylheti background for all these years and learned to tune into the language.
There is a lack of British-Bangladeshi actors, especially the older generation. You know, young people like me. I don't want to say I'm young anymore, but
You're young. All right, we're similar age.
There's more of us because we've started chasing that kind of path, but then the older generation, there's no actors and stuff. So we got two very special actors, Sanj and Rushika. Some of the lines are in Sylheti because we wanted to keep it authentic. I was scared that, you know, they're going to be able to do it. But Rushika and Sanj were like, challenge us, let us do it, let us try, let us make this as authentic as we can. Going through so many self-tapes and just finding the right people, and everyone just kind of fit. I've been teaching the cast Bangladeshi mannerisms and I was helping Sanj tie his lungi. You have to hold two ends.
No, you have to hold two ends.
I have to hold two ends.
Did you get Islah to teach you any Sylheti?
Well, he does help me with the inflections and the, you know, the little quaint ways in which, and typically, you know, like my role, she's an old Bangladeshi lady, and you know how those really, you know, those ups and downs, and it's more like, you know, that's what we were talking about. It's more like a song, like you have to go up in a certain place and you have to go down in a certain place. It's really beautiful.
Perfect, perfect. If you do it exactly like that,
He's just so
you nail it. Spud, thank you.
So I heard that your real daughter looks like your film daughter, Maria.
Yeah. We were actually, you know, going through some of the pictures on Insta and I said, look at that, and we're comparing some of the pictures and said, this is amazing. And so I got some of my pictures from from my family, you know, little pictures out there to use on the set.
And it literally looks like her.
Yes.
But you get the sense of her, you get the sense of the same sort of feeling that people that lived inside the tower had in this building.
Yeah, definitely.
Everyone that I've spoken to, they've really made a conscious effort to make it as authentic as possible, especially when you're communicating a story as heavy. It must be a lot of pressure on you to...
Yeah, I just hope I do it justice. Well, I think we're all trying to make sure we do it justice, you know. This is something that is close to people's hearts. People haven't forgotten, you know. Government might have, but we ain't, you know what I mean? You can walk around these streets and you can talk to anyone and they'll tell you, yeah, I knew so-and-so, such and such a family that were in there. obviously as soon as you know what the film's about, you know how it ends, you know. Mahfouz did a lot of like research around the area, talking to people about how it happened and how they heard about it. And, you know, a lot of people said the first thing they heard was shouting, people, you know, yelling and screaming and stuff, and that's how the noises alarmed people to wake up. And it was Ramadan at the time when Grenfell, and a lot of people were coming back from Taraweeh, like going to the masjid, doing the night prayers. And, you know, some of them were the first to see the fire. And, you know, and it happened in Ramadan, and we're shooting in Ramadan, and I'm fasting, you know, we're fasting on set, so it feels authentic. The whole month of Ramadan is a month of reflection, it's a month of giving, and then to be able to do this film in that holy month just adds a whole new layer to it. You can see the tower literally outside the balcony of where we're filming, so it's like we're right here. We are where it happened. And the flat itself is a replica, it's a really tight-knit space. Everything feels authentic about this.
And when you got the script and read through it, how did it feel? What was it like?
The first thing that I thought was that it's just sweet and beautiful script. That's what I really enjoyed about it, because I could relate to it. It's about family, it's about, you know, being together. I didn't know people who lived there as such, but just knowing that there are families like us who are trapped in there, and it's a situation that could happen to any of us.
These people were real. We could have been in that building. That could have been someone that was related to us, and they were a big part of this community, big part of this city. You read the articles and everything, and you see the numbers and you see what's happening. You're like, it's shocking, and it makes you feel, you know, uncomfortable and scared and all of that. But what got me crying was when I started seeing the names and seeing the photos of individual people and who they were, them being part of families, them having, you know, the ambition and dreams just like we did.
We all saw what happened on the news, but seeing all these names, of course you know that this happened to people, to families, but seeing the names just makes it so real. And the other thing is so many common surnames. It's not just people that lost a child or a mum or a dad, these are families.
Do you like it? You read it? I did that, and I did that.
Oh, did you do these?
Yes. They were put up the second day.
With the names, we've got all of the 72 names up. We're the only site in the area that's got the names up, apart from the big site.
And you did all this?
We did all this. Yeah, but I did them. As you can see, I'm not the greatest of artists, but just wanted to voice something.
What was it like for everyone around here?
What was it? It was... It was unbelievable. That's all I can say. It was unbelievable. All my windows look out onto Grenfell, and I knew people there. There were people that my daughter knew, people she went to school with. And you were watching it, and you didn't believe it. And even now, it's hard. And you don't forget that you live with it, so you try not to look out the window and see it. I mean, the novelty of that building has worn off everyone around here, you know. But you don't forget the people. All we can do is keep it alive in people's memory. That's why I won't take this down, and I will fight to keep this up. Because if it's taken down, it's out of sight, and it's nature, that out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly.
You know?
Loki had a chat with Mahfouz in the cafe just around the corner from here, and we all know Loki for his passionate activism and his lyrics, you know. And I think Mahfouz got the idea of this film after listening to Ghost of Grenfell by Loki.
Wow.
And it's mad because Loki is the reason why I learnt about a lot. His lyrics and his music always hit home.
It's so sensitive to talk about, but it's crucial to do so, and especially now. When I was writing this script, I spent like hours here, just walking the streets, talking to the people. Before a single word was written down, I was entering these buildings, ringing on random doors and just trying to get into the flats to get a sense of what Grenfell was like, even though we can never understand what it was like. And then I'm here with the camera. You come in, you take your blazer off.
And I guess a lot of people show their love for Grenfell and the people that we lost in their own mediums, innit?
As creatives, you always have a responsibility to have a direction with the content you're making. What is it for? What is your purpose? A lot of people are doing it for the money, for the fame. A lot of people are doing it because they won the awards. But then, if you don't have a set goal, like, okay, I want to change lives with this, or I want to tell stories that will change lives or make people think differently. Everything is entertainment, right? We're making a film, it's a form of entertainment. But then with it comes a message. If that message makes you laugh, if that message makes you cry, the message makes you think. And that's the medium that we work with. It's the idea to make people think, whatever it may be. When you're making a comedy, you're making people think about the funny lines.
And it's what audiences take away from it, innit?
It just comes down to thought, like the idea that you can do something about it. If you can spark that in someone, I think you've done your job. And it could be anything. It could be that person sharing the song or the film to another person, or actually going out and being an activist for the message. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that had an impact. Whatever you showed them had an impact for them to go and do something about it. Although it says forever in our hearts, how do we show it's forever in our hearts? People existed in here, and they're not forgotten.